After a fantastic rookie season in F2 in 2020, Yuki Tsunoda now finds himself as an AlphaTauri driver for 2021 in F1, being the first ever F1 driver born after the 21st century to race. His rise up the ranks was quite meteoric, to say the least. His first full season of car racing was only in 2017, a full 3 years later than someone like Lando Norris, despite only being a year younger. He competed in the F4 Japanese Championship, finishing P3, racking up 4 wins, 4 poles and 6 podiums, only to go on to win the title the following year in 2018, doubling his wins and poles tallies. He then moved over to Europe in 2019, finishing 9th in GP3 for Genza Motorsports, as well as a 4th place finish in the Euro Formula Open Championship. For me, his GP3 campaign goes under the radar a little bit. Whilst the face stats may not look like much, it was his first year in Europe, and he wasn't exactly the best in the best of teams, such as ART or Prima. After making the jump to F2, things really took off for Yuki. To make it clear, I rate Yuki's raw pace very highly. Of course, he came in as a rookie to F2 and regularly set the timing sheets alight, with some great pole laps and race performances. First off, his qualifying pace was superb, especially when compared to the more experienced drivers around him. When we look at the other 2 rookies for 2021, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin, Yuki had over 2.5 tenths of a margin compared to them over 1 lap in the dry, which is remarkable. This is when I took the median gap in as a percentage in dry sessions only to pole position for all 3 drivers. As it turns out, he was the absolute quickest qualifier in the second part of the season, with his median gap to pole being exactly 0, taking 3 out of 5 poles. And when compared to some of the more experienced drivers, such as Aitken or Giotto, his pace was very comparable to what the likes of George Russell and Lando Norris managed against them. In the races, he was equally as impressive, taking 3 wins and 7 podiums, finishing 3rd in the standings, being the best performing rookie ahead of Schwartzman and Lundgaard. He claims himself that he struggled with the tyres initially, but quickly got to grasps with them and took off in the second half of the year. It seems as though he's a very fast learner, and this is something to look out for this year, especially as getting up to speed in time will be key, given the limited testing for all the drivers, especially the drivers moving teams. He'll also have a reasonably competitive teammate and a more competitive package than the likes of Mick and Mazepin. In Gasly, he can learn a lot and hopefully by the end of the year match or surpass him, which would be really good for Red Bull. And honestly, I can't see Pierre having another shot in the Red Bull after his first stint there with Verstappen, and especially with Checo Perez in there now. So Marco will be hoping for big things from Tsunoda, and I think he'll deliver. So, for now, Yuki is my man to watch for 2021, and he can certainly be a dark horse in the midfield this year. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more F1 content. And comment below, how do you think Yuki Tsunoda will do in 2021?